Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'll show you how to use ARIMA, which is one of the most common forecasting models out there. It is also a technique which serves as an introduction to an overall more complex and more extraordinary forecasting models. If you're interested in learning more about ARIMA and other forms of ARIMA like SARIMA or SARIMAX, I have a Udemy course that you can find a link in the description. In order to do this, there is one thing that we definitely need, which is to get some data. And we need a couple of libraries as well. So library and then zoo, Control Enter, library, and then forecast, and then we do Control Enter again. And then we need to get our data, which is the gold. Control Enter again. And if I want to have a look at my data, I can see here that there are plenty of NAs, which is something that we cannot have. As well, on top, what we see is that this frequency is 1, and I want to change it to 365 because I have daily prices. For the NAs in particular, since we are talking about prices, we are going to use a technique which is to replace the NAs by the values that just happened. So we're not going to remove it, we're just going to replace, for instance, this NA by 317. So let's kick it off. So gold equals to, and I use this function called na.locf. And then what I need to include inside is gold, which is the object, and then what I wanted to replace the NAs. And from us, as we said, it is from the last value. From last equals true. Here we go, Control Enter. Now we need to change the frequency. So gold equals, we use the function TS for time series. And the things that we need to include is, of course, our gold. Then we also include a start. So these are the price of gold from 1985. So 1985. And then I do the frequency. Frequency equals how many days are in a year? 365. Here we go. Control Enter. And now we are definitely ready to do our ARIMA model. We create an object called model. And then we use the function called Auto-Regressive. For those who don't know, when it comes to ARIMA, we need to optimize some factors. And previously, we would have to do it manually, but this function actually does it automatically for us. And I find that fantastic because it will choose the best model for us. So inside, we include gold and then comma. And then what I want to include inside is the ARIMA model. So let me just fix what I did wrong. So here we go. And then I include the seasonal equals false because otherwise we would be doing SARIMA and not ARIMA. So this is just the one thing. And now how can we use our model? We can create a forecast. Here we go, forecast equals, and then we use the function forecast again. So forecast, and then what we need to include inside is our model that we have just created, and then we need the time horizon in which we want to do the forecast. So age equals, and let's put 10 days. Here we go, Control Enter. Now that we have done the forecast, we can plot it. So plot the forecast. Here we go, Control Enter, and let me zoom in. And what we see here is that our ARIMA forecast is a straight line, basically, and this is simply because ARIMA is a simple model. So there are none of the other components of the SARIMA, which has a seasonality and a trend, and as a result, the forecast is most often just a straight line, as we see here, with also an explosive interval of confidence, which are the gray areas. As a result, we are done with this video. I hope you saw how easy it is to apply ARIMA. And as well, I'm very much looking forward to seeing you in another video. And until then, have fun.